5일 동안 게임을 못하다가 오랜만에 또 게임 켰습니다. 스토리를 맞아 밀던지. 근데 어디까지 어떻게 했는지 기억이 안 나요. 너무 오래 들어왔어. 오랜만에. 다이달로스 열쇠, 그 다음에 스토리 메인을 하기 전에 좀 확인해야 되는데, 잠깐만. 뭐 하나 확인할 게 있어요. 세 번째 파수꾼 위치 찾기를 하면서 이게 퀘스트가 지금 7개인데 8개로 되는지 안 되는지 확인 좀 해야 될 것 같아. 메인 퀘스트가. 그러면은 하나, 둘, 3개 하고 3개 했을 때 10개가 된다고 하면 정말 4번만 하면 되는 건데, 이 전체 퀘스트가 이거 하나가 더 있다, 7개가 더 남았다 하면은 좀 진행을 하고 나서 해야 될 것 같아가지고 좀 봐야 될 것 같아요. 세 번째 파수꾼 시험 위치 찾기 이거 먼저 진행을 해볼게. 재능 관련해서는 아직까지 더 봐야 될 것 같아. 그래서 일단 퀘스트 요거 먼저 진행해봅시다.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
고마워. 네. 쥐도 내실가 된다고 했나? 그러네. 그러면 비밀의 방, 지도 내실. 멋있다.
Welcome back.
이쪽에 미암.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
잠깐.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
완료가 떴으니까 퀘스트 안지근이고 장비. 갑자기 이 모자가 마음에 안 들어. 메인 퀘. 어디로 가야 합니까? 폴리주스 작전.
Revelio.
여기 저번에 맞아. 자물쇠 다 뚫었지.
Aloha Mora.
자물쇠 다 열었죠.
Revelio.
그치. 눈에 탑 감옥. 뭐야? 트롤을 여기서 또 키우고 있었어? 어떤 미친놈. 넣었고 갑시다. 이게 안 넘어가지네.
Revelio.
깜짝았어. 저거 새끼.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
오케이.
Revelio.
메롱이다 이씨. 뭐지?
Lumos.
왜 빛나니?
Levioso. Incendio.
아닌데. 왜 타겟팅 됐었지? 대기? 해 뜰 때까지야?
Fine now, demi-guys.
demi-guys? 해 떠야 된다고 하면은 그 전에 다른 퀘스트를 잠깐 금지된 숲 무제한 남동쪽 해안 근처 이메를다 지도. 우와, 세계 지도. 이거구나. 호그스미드 네티, 각종 금지된 숲 도피. 잭도 갔다가 거기도 되게 클 것 같은데 밤이라서 안 뜰려나? 네티가 하는 쾌가 (5,000) 아니야, 이거 5,000 아닌데 잠깐만 있어. 또 대기 때문에 딴 데 가야 돼? 아이씨. 그치. 너는
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
어,
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
어? 웅장한데? 나랑
What do you think you're doing here, human?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
Oh, you forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care.
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
오. 그냥 이렇게? 이게
I
진행이
don't
된다고?
understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
뭐지? 난 그거
Isn't a
아니야?
moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him. What with his being a centaur
일단은
and all.
믿어보는 게
I am
중요하지.
too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
오케이, 그러면 하나 또 끝. 또 호그스미드 얘도 앞에 아침에 낮에 봐야 되는 건가?
Does it get any more cozy?
갑자기 8개. 아직 괜찮네. 영토. 입구로 뛰어라. 네티가 이 앞에 있는 걸로 알고 있는데 대기? 또 대기 뜨면은 대기 너도 아침에 봐야 되는 거 그러면 다른 거 그거를 가는데 엄청 멀리 가거든요 이게. 그래서 그냥 가면서 웨이포인트 찍는 식으로 그런 느낌으로 가야 될 것 같아. 그렇게 안 가면 조금 귀찮아. 근데 뭐야 했었나? 로딩 화면이 왜 이래? 뚜뚜뚜. 안녕하십니까. 옆에서 죽어도 모르죠. AI 수준. 고블린 출사 마법 부린 동안. 근데 고블린 출사가 없어. 모르겠어. 자네들은 알겠습니까? 미스터 고블린. 물량은 필요 없고. 추종자 암살자를 분화시키기. 추종자 암살자 분화시키기. 얘가 오베르프.
Patrolling this area is a waste of my time.
아이 뒤 안 돌래 이 새끼야. 제가 추종자 암살자 전사.
Goblins will finally rule over wizards. Someone there?
나이스. 친구는 필요 없고 전사.
The wizards will be defeated.
뒤 돌아왔을 때 가능? 야 이게 가능하네. 암살자 둔화. 이게 둔화가 헷갈려. 이거 둔화인가?
I've been fighting since before you.
아이고 아파라. 이 누나구나. 모멘텀이었나? 모멘텀이었어. 오호, 오호. 그러면
Revelio.
저쪽에 상자가 있었어? 나 못 봤지. 하긴 레벨을 안 쓰고 다녔지. 요거는 물약이었고, 요거는 낙사. 이쪽으로 들어가면 오케이. 다 먹어. 그리고 저 위로 올라가는 거나 이 아래로 내려가는 거는 뭔 차인지 모르겠어. 오, 나이스.
What are you up to
Revelio.
팩트 나침반. 위쪽에서 이게 있다고 봤으니 아래쪽으로 다시. 저 뭐지? 이것도 상자인데. 이쪽 광산은 언제 한번 날 잡고 다시 한번 탐험해야 될 것 같아. 아니면 일로 내려가서 있는 걸 수도 있고요.
Revelio.
딱 여기 있는 거였구나. 상자. 오케이. 완료. 그럼 다시 위로 올라가고 웨이포인트. 날 발견할 때까지 웨이포인트 좀 찍읍시다. 이멜다 예레스.
I've always said that travel broadens.
Revelio. Revelio.
곤돌망.
Revelio. Revelio.
일단 타고 아래쪽에 웨이포인트 하나 더 있다고 뜨는데 폭. 이쪽은 다른 길로 통하는 문인가 봐요.
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased.
Revelio.
와, 잘 보라구만. 거머리.
Revelio.
아니야, 나 너희랑 싸우러 온 거 아니야. 그리고 이쪽에 됐고, 여기랑 여기 웨이포인트 찍읍시다. 다 찍어버리지.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
Oh, I'm going to eat.
우, 깜짝아. 죄송합니다.
Suppose it's worth a look.
네. 네, 들어가려는 거 아닙니다.
The very moment I don't have every one of you standing in my line of sight, it's a disaster.
쟤들은 맨날 싸워. 와. 여기도 퀘스트가 있어.
First one of you trying to pin it on me, you can count on me.
밀렸고. 스탑. 여긴가?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
오.
Revelio.
Potato! Confringo! Now you're just getting on my nerves.
쟤들 열심히 싸워.
What's that for Confringo?
그리고 유볼더 그리고 짚고
Incendio! Say your heart. Incendio! Incendio!
비 오나? 불은 있겠나 보네. 비가 있어. 오, 저 뭐야? 멋진데. 고블린만 없다면 좋았을 텐데.
Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me.
안 싸울 겁니다. 그리고 탑 터널 안쪽 찍어봐.
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards and...
꼭대기에 있는 거면 좋을 텐데 안쪽에 있는 거라면 조금 일단은 가보고 패스. 여기 천문대도 있었네. 천문표. 와, 이거 5개 몰려있어. 여기만 이렇게 하더라도 개꿀이겠는데? 그럼 여기서부터는 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. 오케이.
Revelio.
저거 있다. 고대 마법. 그 늘려주는.
Most goblins in my family work in the mines.
찾았고. 아래. 이상한 소리. 왜 싸워?
Revelio. Revelio.
이 안으로 들어가야 돼? 에이.
Accio.
암살자. 너 암살자. 가만히 있어. 노처병. 너도 암살자. 그리고
Accio. Incendio.
죽었네?
Alohomora.
해 떴다. 피구 교수님한테 가야겠다. 이거 하고.
Revelio.
이게 딸꾹질이 나. 응?
When you don't listen.
Revelio.
하나 더 있지. 하나 더 있어.
Oh, this day's gone on too long.
Repairer.
그래?
Revelio.
아니 하나 어딨냐고. 저거냐? 설마? 참. 그 양반들 힘들게 떠났네.
That wasn't too hard.
You ought to cut back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other day.
Off on another adventure.
여기까지 있어. 말은 그것까지만 하고 가자. 여기까지 하고 여기야. 슬슬 아침 해가 떴어요.
Revelio.
또 갑자기 느려졌네. 왜 그러지 도대체? 눈부셔 씨. 저기도 벌써부터 쾌 준비하고 있네. 어쨌든 여기까지 왔고 여기는 그 이후고 오씨 여기까지 언제 가? 자 또냐? 시끌징글하다. 응? 아니지, 여기 깜짝아, 씨. 해 떴으니까, 우리.
Italians and historians.
돼지 교수님.
Revelio.
That light is behind me. If I could understand.
아니야, 씨. 추적이를. 추적을 이상하게 놨어, 씨. 뭔가 이상했어, 씨. 학생의 본분으로서 책상은 넘을 수 없다. 또 대기야? 오셨네. 쌤? 아이씨. 진짜.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle, and I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And, sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
자, 호그와트 교수님과 스크로. 혹시 이 상태에서도 그 가능한가? 아니 뭐 교수도 사람인데. 되는 거 아니야? 아, 사용 불가. 역시. 레벨 1도 안 돼요.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours. You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
왜 이렇게 끊기지?
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor, yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Oh, there's one for my diary.
친구 돌려먹기 완벽하네.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Headmaster, here. What could you want?
Gaunt.
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh?
typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany, and its uses was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's. If you must...
Something is very wrong.
Professor, a word?
What?
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season.
Yeah.
It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
제발 화면 끊기기 싫어. 저장 이상하게 되는 것 같아.
It's not about anything I've been doing.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
이상한 소문을 퍼뜨리면은 또 끊긴다. 천천히. 송출 쪽에서 계속 문제가 생기는 것 같아. 프로그램을 여러 개 돌리고 있지는 않은데.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
제발. 끊기지 마라.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumours of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. She'll never understand that one.
지금은 그럴 때가 아니야.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's...
Attention, students. I hereby decree... Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah! Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
나 방금 저기 뭐 한 거 같은데. 뭐 이상한 건 들었. 여기다 숨는다고? 저
made it
뒤에.
just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Revelio. Hello, Hamor.
여기 이런 게 있었어.
Revelio.
오호, 저기 또 뭐가 있어?
Incendio. Revelio.
바깥에?
Revelio.
오호. 하품하는 거 갖고 이랬어 이게?
Wish someone would send me a love letter.
Revelio.
멀리서 벨소리 들리는데? 잠깐만. 너 열쇠. 그래. 따라간다.
Yes.
오케이. 됐고, 이쪽이 아니지.
Revelio.
그리고 여기 어디에? 아까 저거.
Leviosa.
Revelio.
일단 교장실로 갑시다. 이제 이거 되잖아. 종탑동서 종탑동이 아니야. 천문학 중앙계단. 뭐 이렇게 삥삥 올라가야 돼? 꼭대기인데.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Yes.
Revelio.
나 여기 아직 안 먹는 거 있어? 아하, 옥상. 위로 올라가야 된다는 얘기지. 그렇지.
Revelio.
야.
Alohomora.
야, 여기 상자 많다. 야. 상자가 많아. 좋아, 좋아.
Revelio.
아래층에도 뭐가 있어? 편지. G? 모르겠다. 상자. 상호작용은 될 수 있으면 귀찮으니까. 우와, 크다.
Revelio.
한 번 더 올라가야 되나 봐요. 얘들은 건드리는 거 아니고. 근데 아래층에도 뭐가 있는 것 같은데 보니까. 이따가 내려오면서.
Alohomora. Revelio.
여기 있었군. 탈 털어 갑니다. 이렇게.
Revelio.
이제 이쪽 층은 없고. 교수님들 기숙사 같은 데인가 본데. 층마다 교수님들이 있어.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
깜짝아. 바로 옆에서 나오네. 하나가 더 있다는 얘기잖아. 옆에 요거. 와, 여기저기서 아주 그냥. 아, 이건 건너편이구나. 어우.
Aloha Mora.
이쪽 구역은 처음 오니까 먹을 게 너무 많아. 오.
Revelio.
아, 야, 교장 선생님 부르실라.
Revelio.
2층으로 올라가야 되나봐요. 여기 넣고. 왜 이렇게 안개가 끼지?
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
응? 와,
Aloha Mora.
뭐 이렇게 다 잠가놓은 줬던데? 숨길 게 많나?
Revelio.
호그와트 입학 절차를 지역할 생각 없습니다. 카리스트 뭐지? 쓰레기통 옆에 있었어. 입장의 열쇠. 입장의 열쇠? 어디를 입장한다는 얘기지?
Revelio.
우측에서 계속 소리 나고. 건물 안쪽 같고. 아, 묘야.
Revelio.
위층인데, 바로 위인데. 자, 안 뒤져본 데는 이제 여기.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
Revelio.
That must be the pedestal.
어우. 지금 당장 할 순 없지. 영수증. 효자손. 나. 널 원한 거 아니야.
Revelio.
아, 저 위에 어떻게 하는 거지? 이쪽은
Revelio.
이게 끝인데. 이 땡땡 소리 나는 게 너무 거슬려 죽겠어. 꼭 다 먹고 싶어. 다 찾아내고 싶어.
Revelio.
이쪽 안에서 뭐가 다른 길이 있나? 너무 궁금해. 안 되겠어요. 일단 진행합시다. 뭐야? 갑자기?
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
망토.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
등 돌리고 있을 때
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
오우 씨발.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right.
보지 마세요. 호다닥, 호다닥, 호다닥.
I see. The staircase straight ahead.
앞쪽에 있는 계단? 계단이 어딘데? 계단이 어딘데? 그냥 아 이게 계단이구나. 대충 이제 가면이죠. 해리포터 보시면 망토, 그 다음에 죽음이 나왔다. 죽음의 성물. 죽음의 성물을 주인공이 얻는다. 까마귀 비켜.
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
왜 무슨 중국자 나오려는 것처럼 생기네, 다들. 죽음의 그 분신들인 건가 아니면은 죽음을 찬양하는 중목자들의 모습인 건가?
Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
등을 돌려주세요. 저는 지나갑니다.
That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
깜짝아, 아니 조용히 있다가 왜 갑자기 뒤를 도는 거야, 쟤? 분신.
This is my chance. Come and leave. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
지나가시고 등 뒤로 내가 지나가고.
That's where I need to go. I need to find a way past.
속도가 느려. 여기서 가는 속도가 이상해. 키말하면은 시프트가 달리기인데 이게 안 돼. 대기. 딴 데 가. 철저하게 은신처럼 가야 되나봐.
Nothing this way.
깜짝아.
I need to turn back. Close tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
물려.
Revelio.
이제 알로 레벨리오라고 레벨리오. 오 깜짝아, 잠깐만. 오이씨 컵했네 저씨. 아니야. 어떻게 하시려고요? 저기를 지나가야 돼?
Now's my chance.
지금이 기회야? 알았어. 지금이 기회 맞는 거야? 그래, 지금이 맞다. 근데 여기는 레벨리오 써도
That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
오. 자, 죽음의 성물 3가지에서 망토를 얻었고.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
이제 현자의 돌이랑 죽음의 돌, 너랑.
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
지팡. 왜 신문지가 날아다녀?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide.
딱 총나무 지팡이잖아.
Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
그래, 이제 현자를 죽음의 돌 얻어라.
I've never felt such power.
응? 난 세팅을 이렇게 한 적이 없는데.
Bombarda. Revelio.
이쪽 이 세계에선 먹을 게 없나? 아무도 없어. 부적.
Revelio.
양이 무적이야. 유젠 월드녀야. 길바닥에서조차 저런 걸 준다. 전투를 7시간 완료. 오케이. 노란 나무에서
Revelio.
결투 기술도 완료해야 되고. 자, 한바탕 해봅시다. 가자. 결투 기술 뒷벌스로 돌진하기. 했는데. 어허, 이 양반들. 이건가? 아닌가? 3번인가? 직선도 디펄션 이거고. 아하, 오케이. 하나 남았니? 2번 너? 응. 어? 디펄소. 내가 지금 집중하는 걸로 공부하니까. 인벤토리 장비 퀘스트 부엉이 설정 컬렉션. 챌린지 전투. 아니 이게 헷갈리네. 디핀도 디펄소. 디펄소는 미는 거 맞는데 왜 안 됐지? 공중에 뜬 애한테 있어야 됐나?
Revelio.
돌진 판정이 나는 거를 또 확인을 했어야 됐나봐요. 야, 싸우기 좋은 장소구만. 전투를 7시간 걸로
Defender.
손가락이 잘못했네. 다음 결투 기술 뭔가요? 다음 숙제.
Revelio.
그거 아까 결투 기술 그거 하나 못한 거 짜증나네.
This must be for me.
신비한 돌.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
She's gone. Neve's dead.
그래?
Dear, sweet Neve. Let us always honor her memory.
May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
교장쌤 돌아가시고 나서는 위암 교장할 때 돌을 사용해 시험을 완료하기? 돌을 왜 사용해? 야, 돌을 사용하면 안 되는데 이거는?
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
미암쌤 어떻게 되는 건가요?
But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
맞아요. 빛이 있어야 어둠이 있는 법. 어둠만 있다면 그건 어둠이
Remember
아니지.
that as you witness my memory.
다들 이쯤 되면 상자 두세 개씩 주는데 왜 아무것도 안 줘요? 당신이 왜 안 주죠? 안 주는 이유 뭔가요? 나에게 템을 주세요.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
I saw what I did for my father. Oh, Nia, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
난 이거 아무리 봐도 옵큐러스의 시작을 알려주는 그런 스토리 같아요. 굉장히. 아무리 생각해도 그래요.
Revelio.
하지만 여전히 이곳에서 나에게 주는 건 없었다. 드디어 네 번째.
Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I was amazed to see that it seemed to give her some sort of power, and that she could harness it. But how?
I worry that you seem more intrigued than repulsed. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
교장한테 술 먹였어. 아. 오. 생각보다 각종 술수와 모략, 계략이 난무하는 호그와트였습니다. 신기하게 이렇게 있네. 지금 와. 9개가 되는 양쳤다고? 그러면은 퀘스트 5개 남았다는 얘기인데 순식간에 이렇게 지나가니까 내가 어이가 없네. 그리고 퀘스트가 하나 둘 셋 넷 이거 끝이야. 조심해야 돼. 조심해야 된다는 건 지금부터 다시 서브퀘를 해야 된다. 각종 몬스터들을 더 만나야겠다. 퀘스트 못한 것들 찾아서 필드 가이드 하일랜드 16장 남았고 호그와트에서도 많이 찾았고. 아 근데 챌린지가 아니라 컬렉션이 아직 많이 부족해. 지금 2개 가지 모르겠어. 그리고 내가 빗자루는 전혀 신경을 안 썼어. 빗자루 신경 안 썼어. 재능은 상관없고 인벤토리 장비 설정. 아 이거 설정할 필요 없지. 자 바퀴 해가 떴나.
Sometimes it seems almost.
세바스찬 셀로 또 편지가 날라왔어요. 근데 왜 갑자기 편지 목소리가 되게 작게 나왔지? 야, 너 모델링 디자인 되게 이상하게 됐다. 디자인 되게 이상한데? 어허, 네티, 쉐키.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
아가버스 필버트 데이즈라브 워터빅.
Revelio.
하면서 오랜만에 호그 스미드도 천천히 살펴봅시다.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Oh.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No. I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
우리가 통합하였겠죠. 이건 분들이 제대로 알아보신다고 두 분께서 감사하게 생각할 것입니다.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrax. I should check there.
Revelio.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
Mr. Hill? Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping, and I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
분홍색 정리함 위에 있다고?
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Biggle's friends.
Revelio.
아, 이 아저씨가 힐이었군. 너 이름 지금까지 잘 모르겠네.
You might as well watch if you
저기 어디야? 저기까지 가야 돼. 뛰어가.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
So tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking. as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
오케이, 대화는 끝. 움직일 시간. 납대를 잡아.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Hog's Head? 불안한데? Hog's Head는
Natty must be around here somewhere.
개칠이 안 좋은 걸로 알고 있는데.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Rovelio will show me where she was taken.
Oh my god.
Revelio.
잡혀갔어. 잡혀갔어. 바닥에 꽃도 떨어져 있네? 오 마이 갓. 네티.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
죽여버릴까? Tommy.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
감히 내 데려올게.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Revelio. Accio.
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
발각되지 않고 네티를 찾고 시집을 찾고 연애 편지를 찾으세요.
Revelio.
결국을 다 찾아야 되네. 일단 중요한 건 발각되지 않고
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
발각되지 않고
Revelio.
아, 너무 아파.
I've had enough of Spellcroft. I never have to see it again. What?
I used to be stationed near Irondale with Selwyn.
잠깐만. 기침 좀.
Rock Burrow's always a treasure trove. Never fails to fill the sacks. Well, that's me, of course.
Revelio.
깜짝아. 어디로 가야 되는 거야 도대체?
I may go to Hogsmeade later. There are some trouble. Maybe the wheel's still running.
이렇게 해서 등 뒤로 가야 된다는 얘기인가?
Students these days, so full of themselves. Suppose that's what we're counting on, innit?
Revelio.
찾았다.
I'd remember my Otto Tipple's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
그리고 여기 뒤로 가서 다시 뒤로 가서
Revelio.
They don't seem to care.
어우 씨 여기 조그맣게 있었잖아.
All I've done. I don't trust Ranrock. I'll tell you that. You'll tell him that first chance he gets.
온다. 보지 말아주세요.
I think it's time we found a new unsuspecting trader around these parts, don't you?
깜짝 놀랐네. 씨.
Not my fault if a customer skips the fine print.
또 퀘스트라고 또 좀 살짝 봐주네. 원신캐라 그런지. 저 위에 있는 거 먹고 싶어.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives.
보지 말아주세요.
I take what I want.
The girl's friend won't come looking for her. Too dangerous. We're wasting our time. I felt it warranted more than a piece of meat pie. I could have been killed.
Did you hear that? Concentrate.
He must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Ray. He will tell you what you need to do.
조용히 있으세요.
나 퀘스트 하나 아직 못했어. 그리고 투명한데 어떻게 알았어?
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
깜짝아.
With my wife. How is she?
언제 왔어?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us.
안
I need you to find my
걸렸어
wand.
아직.
Use mine. I'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby.
도적질보다 암살하고 싶어 미치겠어.
Understood. I'll find it.
나 뒤에서 목 따고 싶어.
Was not able to summon it. It must be blocked by something.
선택사항. 아, 죽여도 되나? 아, 죽이고 싶은데. 아, 근데 이쪽 구역 내에서 찾는 건가? 어? 종소리가 왜?
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
약간 쾌 중에서 저기 뭐야 아 그게 선택사항이었었나? 아 그러네 선택사항이네.
He'll be glad to have this back.
아
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back.
그랬구나.
One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
선택사항이었어. 필수 조건이 아니었어. 어떤 이상한 아저씨 목소리 나는데?
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to separate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friend.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
아니야, 너 꺼져.
Hush now.
조용히 해? 저 새끼 내 말 들었나? 죽입니다. 죽여요. 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 따라 선택사항이었어. 어떻게 죽었는지 모르게 죽을 거야.
What are you, shy? I've seen more courage in a Porlock.
I knew we'd never be able to see this through. I know,
적 무장해제, 애쉬와인드 사용 집행인 번개마법 준비 시 둔화시키기.
I fancy it's time we found a new unsuspecting stranger around these.
You'll soon bear the scars of my wrath.
뚜뚜둔.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't say I blame them, what with it.
오우, 겹치겠네. 은신은 언제나 짜릿해.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. You'll tell them the first chance you get.
힘 돌려가시고요. 저 아직 멸치로 오셨고.
It's about time Rookwood took control. He doesn't need Ranrock.
오케이.
I've robbed every precious vendor that passed through here. They never see me.
Expulsion!
걸렸네. 어쩔 수 없어. 첫 무장해제, 그 다음에.
You're idiot! Spot and interrupt it! Aha! Back the ball.
하면서 무장해제 하나 시키고, 그 다음에 둔화라고 했으니까 모멘텀 준비하고.
Knew you were still hanging on.
1번. 그 다음에 사용 집행인. 얘 때문에 그걸 못했어. 짜증나. 시끄러. 완전 못했어.
This has become personal.
쟨 뭐야? 아, 짜증나. 다 망했어. 그냥 때문에. 돈 풀이 좀 해야겠는데.
Stop that right there.
어디가? 그래.
They got what they deserved.
어디 보자. 금박 금박이 핀 시집이 어디 있었는데? 여기 어디 있다고 했는데 먹었나? 인벤토리? 시집 실편집. 오케이, 다 먹었네. 그럼 편한 마음으로
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once.
적당히 해, 이 집이야.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashfinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
되돌아볼까?
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
알겠습니다.
Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
안녕하세요.
Revelio.
세바스찬 셀로우. 불사조의 비상. 벌써 12시 넘었네.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
오늘 짧게 하고, 체감이 너무 피곤해서 죽는 줄 알았네.
Question. A lost relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Feldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I'll do my best. Stay in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian.
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
Time? For what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
So we have to get Anne to the catacomb and then conduct a sacrifice. Seems risky.
It'll be worth the risk. Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. And we'll only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, he could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse and fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the catacomb. Look for my owl.
난 빼줬으면 좋겠는데.
See you soon.
난 빼줬으면 좋겠는데. 난 빼주지 않을래. 이거를 하기 전에 다른 퀘드를 좀 열심히 해야 될 것 같아. 스텔스 왔는데 하나 털고 갈까? 결투장 완료할 수 있는 거 하나 있지 않나? 호그와트 계곡 쪽에는 유명한 적 3명 남았고 착륙 플랫폼 2개 남았고 천문학 2개 데미가이즈는 다 찾고 우선 2개 남았네. 고대하 스파 5개 남았어? 멀린 많은 거 되게 많네. 보물상자 이쪽은 거의 다 있구나. 위에서부터 싹싹싹 다 해버려야 되는데. 할 거 많다. 나와봐 했다. 닷컴. 일단은 얘랑 얘를 좀 처리하자.
Like a place right out of a storybook.
니크랑도 얘기 좀 해야 되는데. 내가 뭘 밤이네. 이제 왔어. 이제 좋았어.
Who lived here, I wonder?
별도 보고.
Knowing the meat, he's likely studied here.
오케이. 어디죠? 여긴가요? 오케이. 하나.
Revelio.
안돼. 살짝 위로. 그렇지. 2개. 장비 슬롯이? 세상에. 이게 말이 돼?
Revelio.
얼마나 먹었길래.
That wasn't so difficult.
장비 확인. 많이 안 먹었을 텐데. 어떻게 36개가 다 쳤지? 일단 2개.
Revelio.
리브란리오. 잠깐. 안 돼. 야, 지켜봐. 이거 돈이잖아. 이거 돈이잖아. 왜 못 먹게. 답답하네. 저 위에 저런 게 있었어?
Revelio.
Here's one of those tables Professor Shaw mentioned.
했잖아, 이 새끼야. 내 말을 또 하려고 그래. 44? 더 팔아야 되나? 아, 더 팔아야 돼. 아, 욕심부리면 안 되겠다. 일단은
Revelio.
하나를 더 먹을 수 있는데, 맞아. 컬렉션이라 챌린지 탐험에서 고대 마법 흔적 12개, 3개, 그러면 9개 남았네? 아, 이게 뭔지 모르겠는데? 아씨. 아, 이게 아니지? 잘못 눌렀네. 얘를 좀 하면 좋은데, 일단은, 지금 너무 많이 먹은 관계로, 편지 목소리가 왜 이렇게 작지? 잘못 설정됐나? 모르겠는데? 잘 됐네. 오, 모자랑 글러브. 모자랑 글러브가 업그레이드 할 수 있는 게 있고, 모자. 98. 나이스. 100. 나이스. 그리고 손 93짜리 좋은데? 아, 한 번에 다 못 보여주는 거구나. 17 8 100짜리 17 오케이. 코발트 필요 없어. 모자 머리 색깔이 모자 색깔이 이상하네. 뭐야? 살짝 마음에 드는데? 약간 아라비아 상 느낌이 뭐 없나? 왜 이렇게 다리 짧아 보여? 애쉬와인더 깔맞춤. 아, 지팡이 손잡이도 뭐 새로 먹었는데 뭐 안 떴네. 오, 복수의 부엉이 가면 탐험에서 퀘스트 챌린지 탐험. 탐험으로 얻어야 되는 거 너무 많아. 자. 얼굴 진짜 못 봐주겠다. 여자 연근 어울리는데? 일단 상점 가서 다시 한번 싹 팔고요. 호그스미드. 오늘은 오랜만에 복귀해가지고 갑작스럽게 좀 너무 길게 하긴 좀 힘들고 지금 최근에 제가 여기저기 너무 많이 다니고 있는 것 같아. 힘들어서
Nice to see you again. What are we looking for today?
오늘 짧게 하고 먼저 들어가려고 합니다. 일단은 봅시다. 일괄 판매 만들어 주세요. 제발. 이게 뭐하는 짓인지 하나도 모르겠습니다. 일일이 잡아서 하는 게 말이나 된다고 생각을 하십니까? 개발자 여러분들, 요즘 같은 세상에 이게 되냐고요? 이게 말이 되냐고요?
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Yes. Thank you. See you again. 이러면 또 짜증나는데. 또 저런 거, 이런 것도 하나 들고 있으면 또 방패 하나 들고 있으면 또 궁금해서 또 가봐야 되는데, 난 심지어 유니콘 관련 기회야. 난 진짜.
Revelio.
Aloha Mora.
깜짝아. 왜 안 열리나 했네, 씨.
Revelio.
약. 괜히 열었어.
Is everything all right?
Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm Betty. Betty Bugbrook. And no, everything is not all right. It's my dear friend Hazel. She's in trouble.
Hazel?
Yes. Oh, she's a unicorn. Known her for years. She doesn't like to leave the forest, so I visit her once a week to brush out her mane and bring her some treats. Her coat is glorious. Well, the last time I saw her, we were violently attacked by a pack of wolves. Hazel, loyal friend that she is, leapt in front to protect me, and in the process, I fear she may have been injured.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I want to help her, but she seems to have gone into hiding. Out of fear, I'd imagine. I know you Hogwarts students learn a fair bit about caring for beasts. Perhaps you could find my unicorn friend and get her somewhere safe so that she can heal.
How did you become so close with the unicorn?
It was luck, truly. I came across her when she was a little golden foal. Didn't even have a horn yet. She trusted me straight away. We'd play together for hours. Oh, I do hope she'll be all right. Unicorn hair is a valuable wand core, and I suppose losing a hair or two mightn't hurt her. But I'm terrified those poachers will want her for her blood, to keep themselves alive. And that is more than I can bear to think of.
I'll keep an eye out for your unicorn friend and take her to safety if I see her.
Oh, you've a good soul. I can always tell. Please, don't risk your own safety, though. I don't know precisely where she is, but I can tell you that her den is north of Hogsmeade. And although I haven't been able to brush her lately, I imagine she still has the brightest, most beautiful coat of her entire herd. Remember, you'll know her by her brilliant coat. Oh, and be warned, she's a stubborn girl. She may need some convincing to come with you.
I need to look for a unicorn with a beautifully bright coat. It sounds as if she's in trouble.
유니콘 동지 500? 여기서 못 날지?
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
일단은 다 팔았고 아직도 호그스미드야. 유니콘 동전 내가 보통 그치 여기지. 아유 다음에 가. 오늘 일찍 들어갑니다. 나는. 자, 왜 이렇게 피곤하지? 죽겠네. 자, 병든 닭처럼 졸았어. 디크. 저거 동물들 털 좀 한 번씩 좀 빗자. Deke.
Deke has some exciting news to share.
그래.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you had an idea.
Indeed, Deke does. Deke knows that you want to learn about all sorts of beasts, and Deke recently heard rumors of a phoenix nest in a nearby mountain.
A phoenix nest? I wonder if it belongs to the phoenix gnat you mentioned, the one Harlow and the poacher pack are after.
Deke would not doubt it. If Deke has heard of it, surely the nasty poachers have as well, which means it could be in danger.
그래?
Well, I'd better go and rescue it then, hadn't I?
Deke thinks so. So majestic a beast should not fall into such vile hands. Deke is not sure why, but Deke feels that saving a phoenix might help to make amends for what happened with Deke's prior master. Deke hopes that you are able to find the phoenix and bring it to the room where it will be safe.
오케이. 근데 방이 다 찼는데.
Revelio.
아, 뭐야. 먹어. 이 새끼들. 먹어, 이 새끼들아. 먹어. 마, 밥 물어. 4번은 먹고 있고 다 먹었구나. 그래, 다 먹었으면 이쪽으로 와. 너 다 먹었구나. 움직임이 심상치 않아. 역시. 너 다 먹었고 너 밥부터 먹지, 이 새끼. 걸려받고 싶어서 말이야. 알았어. 오케이. 이씨, 너 씨, 안 먹고 그러고 있을래. 너도 그냥 먹여줄 테니까 먹어라. 넌 뭐니, 니즈? 이 새끼. 그러고 있을래? 뭐 안 먹어. 일로 와. 그래. 오씨. 니즈 새끼 귀여운 거 보소, 이씨. 말하는 친구들 없죠? 오케이. 싸우지 말고 있어야 된다, 이 새끼들.
Deke cannot believe how many beasts you have.
나도 믿기지가 않아요. 잠깐만. 새끼 지리콜, 세스트랄 10호. 그러면 지금 하나 가는 거지? 밥 먹어. 자, 너 먹었네? 그래. 먹고 있었구나. 그래, 알았다. 팩트. 알았어. 이 새끼 누워있는 거 봐라. 아, 귀여워. 애기들은 좀 뭐야 먹는 것 같아. 자. 너무 늦어, 이 새끼. 알았어. 걸리고 이 새끼 넌. 새끼 기포, 이 새끼. 너, 어디 갔다 이제 와가지고, 이 새끼야. 옆집 아저씨랑 같이 있어야 돼. 기포, 일로와. 그렇지. 옳지. 새끼들 오기 전에 미리미리 좀 먹어주면 안 되냐, 이 새끼. 불러, 이 새끼. 너 일로와. 너 이거 먹어. 부퍼. 안 먹은 애들 없고, 그 다음에 내가 지켜준다. 야, 너 일로와. 이렇게 좀 떠가지고 여기. 야, 너도 먹어. 넌 왜 여기 와 있니? 다 먹었어? 둘, 셋, 넷. 두꺼비. 쉽게 들어와. 야, 이씨, 부모님. 니 불러. 새끼 불러와. 불러. 어딨어, 이거? 아, 안 먹은 새끼. 니 불러. 너 일로와. 다 먹었지? 이 새끼들. 줄 서가지고 그냥, 씨. 그래. 옳지. 그래. 이 새끼 또 별로 와. 어디 도망가 있었어, 이 새끼. 아이, 날라다니는 새끼들. 콕, 새끼들. 됐어. 힘들어, 씨. 아유. 귀찮아.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed. Dick cannot believe how many beasts you have here.
오파카, 에드로스, 막시마, 썩도. 됐어. 오케이, 여기까지. 됐고, 저장. 원래 오늘은 짧게 합니다. 정말 짧게 했네요. 아니구나. 짧게 한다는 벌써 맨날 여기까지 하는구나. 내일, 아니 이제 벌써 월요일입니다. 출근도 잘 하시고요. 한 명이라도 더 봐주는 그날까지 계속 방송하겠습니다. 그럼 이만 수고하셨습니다.